Afternoon.
Hi mate, you okay?
Yes, very good, very good. What I wanted to talk about today was Kristian Walsh just written something for the Echo, which is quite interesting, which is talking about the summer and how things could have been different if it had gone more to plan, if you like. And I think it's an interesting one because we always talk about how, you know, what might have been in the past about missing out on certain targets and having to go for other ones as well. But Kristian's arguing that actually in the summer it might have worked out better for Liverpool. So, you know, there's a few examples. So the most obvious ones go to Klopp really wanted him. It looked like we were going to get him at one point. So then apparently, you know, he swapped agents and it went a bit funny and he's gone to Dortmund. So we got Mane instead, who's been brilliant so far for Liverpool. He also talked about, Zielinski, who went to Napoli instead. And so we ended up getting Wijnaldum and how that's worked out favourably for Liverpool. And I think Zielinski's only played in about half the games. He mentions Dahoud as something we really wanted to get in and what that would have meant in terms of Henderson. I think Henderson's really impressed a lot of people in his deep line role. Would he have been playing there if we'd have got Dahoud, or would it have gone straight for him and the other one's the left back? Everyone wants the left back, but James Milner's now the best left back in the world. What do you think?
I still think if we got all those players, we're top of the league by 14 points.
I'm not sure that's mathematically possible.
No, but we would be. They make special rules. We'd be like blamming teams like 12-0. No, I don't know. It's funny how it works out, isn't it? It's nice to get the rub of the green with transfers for the change as well. I mean, like,
yeah. I mean, you don't know. It's early to say, but
it's very sliding doors, isn't it?
I've been following the Gotze one a little bit because that's quite interesting. He's gone back to Dortmund. The fans weren't too happy with him, and so there's a bit of a funny relationship there. He's only scored once so far. Gotze back at Dortmund, and I noticed Kristian said he hasn't completed 90 minutes for them yet. So there's still work to be done on his fitness. And if you think, well, you know, he needs to do work on his fitness, then he's not necessarily the best fit for this year in Klopp's team.
No, I mean the Gotze one. I think people were looking for symbolism in the summer. You know, they were looking for like a statement marquee sign. And I know, look, Mane now he started better than anyone I think, apart from maybe himself or the manager could have hoped for.
Yeah.
But if you would have said at the start of the season, is Mane a signing to light up the summer, so at the start of the summer, you go, well, you know, not really.
See how he goes, yeah.
You know, it's more of a statement of intent, and then obviously that was ramped up. The longer the season went on, the summer went on, and we didn't spend, and, well, not that we didn't spend, but the net spending that, you know, like, was like kind of low. It was like, well, we've got this money, why don't we just buy such and such? But no, it could have been very different. But then, you know, who's to know whether it would have been better or worse, is what I'd say. But no, we're looking quite good. We're looking quite good at the minute, I think.
Yeah, and
it's looking good.
It is looking good, and I think, you know, I mean, the obvious thing to say is, oh, maybe they could have got both. But I don't think we look particularly short either. I think in terms of, you know, the lack of European football. My worry going in was that we looked a couple of players short. But then you look at who's, you know, lads like Danny Ings and Grujic, you can't even get on the you know, Ings can't get on the bench at the moment. You know, Grujic, you know, they bought him in, they obviously rate him, so they're going to want to give him a go at some point. You know, they're kind of not really giving a look in at the moment, and so maybe they knew what they were doing all along. But then I suppose you're only ever a few injuries away from a bit of a crisis in some positions.
Well, I mean,
so we'll see on that.
That's true, but I think because of the squad, I wouldn't say the squad's thin, but we haven't got an abundance of riches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You say about Ings and Grujic, but they wouldn't be in your starting 11 every week, would they? And he's given players a chance. I mean, if one thing you'd say about Klopp, he'll give players a chance.
Yeah.
You know, and we've got a good little period now between now and the dreaded January transfer window. Whereas, you know, people talk about this big name, or if there's a gaping hole in the squad that we haven't actually seen, to be fair, yet. You know, there's a chance to rectify that, but then, you know, and we talk about the youth team, I mean, your man Trent.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, he was great again last night. The under-23s played last night. If people haven't seen it, they played Man United. It was 1-1. It was a good crowd there actually. They played at Lee, and there's a lot went there. I'd like to see what the official attendance was there. Would have looked at least a couple of thousand, and so, you know, decent crowd there, and he played really well again. And so I think they want to show the young players that there is a root to the team, and obviously the more players you buy, the harder that becomes. So I think there's a few of them at the moment. They want to be a second. Jari is another one. You know, you can say, well, we'll buy another midfielder, but then if that just shoves him down the pecking order and you believe in him, then it's not necessarily the right thing to do.
Well, via local design, we just seem to be in that nice position where, you know, everyone thinks that they've got a chance. You haven't got loads of players picking up 20, 30, 40 grand a week going, I've got no chance, I'm not even going to bother.
Yeah.
You know, but there's enough numbers there for the players who were in the position to feel you know, threaten like, well, I need to keep putting this in here, otherwise I'm in trouble, without being too thin that we're struggling for numbers, or we've got players who think, oh, well, I'm miles better than whoever else will come in if I'm not here, so I can coast a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I think the balance is just, I think we again, look at design, we had a really good summer transfer-wise.
Yeah.
And I think the balance is just about right. But you can always improve.
You can always improve, and I'd be interested to see if they try to do it in January. But
you want a new goalie, don't you?
I wanted to get good fast, is what I want. Hurry up. I mean, it'd be interesting to see what they do in January, but what I've noticed as well is it's kind of, I mean, you said it looks like they've got a good balance, and there's a lot of former players at the moment talking Liverpool up, and that's not always been the case in the past. I think, you know, there's some of them have been quite, you know, not necessarily put the boot in, no, but have been quite quick to say, you know, it's not like this Liverpool squad. And what I've noticed is that, you know, there was a few players come out in the last few days sort of said, look, I really like what they're doing here. You know, really impressed with kind of Jurgen Klopp and the squad he's put together, and just the general feel about it. And David James is the latest one done today. Danny Agger's had a few nice words to say about the squad since he was there on Monday night, and it just kind of feels like that kind of adds to it, really. And you feel like footballers know when a football squad is onto something. Do you know what I mean?
What do you think? It's the fact that there's a massive director's box now and they're all trying to get a spec, because that's where Danny Agger was. No, I like Agger. No, I like Agger. I like Jamo as well, actually. I think his analysis is spot on. No, it's nice to hear nice things, but again, you've got to keep it all with a pinch of salt. I've seen that one local pundit had a bit of a flip-flop. Last week he was saying he would drop Karius and bring Mingale back in. And today saying, yeah, we really need to stick with Karius and give him a chance. So, you know, it is what it is. Don't pay too much attention to it, really. Listen to us, we know what we're talking about.
Something like that. If you want more of us listening to knowing what we're talking about, the Tuesday Review, which this week is Wednesday.
It's out.
It's out today, so that's our bit more of an in-depth tactical look at the game against Manchester United.
It's out now, it's very good, actually.
So it's out now, and apparently it's very good. So there you know. The free show's out as well. If you're not a subscriber and you just want to give a bit of a listen to what we do, that came out yesterday, featuring the one and only Mr. Andy Heaton on that. So yeah, loads to get stuck into. Some really good stuff on the website as well. So do check us out.
What we call history as well today.
There you go. Oh, what we call history. Another part.
There you go. Coming out tonight, this afternoon, 4 p.m. Be ready.
Be ready. Oh, you know, just listen to it when you want.
I'm trying to build them.
Be ready. All right, I'll speak to you soon, and cheers.